Well, Bradford, I think I'm going to enjoy my visit in Panama.
Well, it's all right for a visit, but when you've been here 2 years... Well, I'm telling you, Mr. Metcalf, if it weren't for my devotion to you and the company, I wouldn't stay here any longer.
That's very touching. But I can't see your objections to the place.
Oh, the usual objections to life in the semi-tropics. Heat, monotony, and the way people go to pieces.
This crowd still seems intact.
What would you say he was?
Oh, a beggar, a tramp. What is he?
A beggar, a tramp, and a university graduate.
Not really. What's his name?
His name's Richard Grady.
Dick Grady? Not the Grady that played end in 1920. Well, I'm going over and speak to him.
You can't afford to get mixed up with him. His name smells to heaven down here. I tried to straighten him out when I first came down. He's a lawyer, or was, and I even tried to use him on some of our cases. But he was always too drunk to show up in court, so I finally kicked him out of the office. He's past redemption.
Just the same, you know, he interests me.
Can't you give me one on credit? Just one little scotch.
I'm sorry, Mr. Grady, but we've had our orders from Don Jose.
Where's Jose? Send him here. Find Jose.
Mr. Grady?
Tell him I want... Oh, Mr. James Bradford, a righteous resident lawyer of the great Metcalf Oil Company. Mr. Bradford would rather part with his right eye than lend $5 to a brilliant young drinker like myself. Are you a friend of Bradford's?
Yes. I happen to be
Well, as far as I'm concerned, any friend of Bradford's can go straight to...
Now, look here, Grady. You and I used to go to the same college. My name's Roger Metcalf.
Oh. The president of the great Metcalf Oil Company.
Will you come to my room in the morning? I want to talk to you.
I mean, you want to tell me what a so-and-so I am. No thanks, Mr. Metcalf. Bigger men than you have tried.
I warned you, Mr. Metcalf. It's hopeless.
Oh, it's worse than hopeless, Mr. Metcalf. But since we're both Harvard men, if you'd care to lend me $10, then...
I never refuse a beggar.
A beggar, eh? Well, I'll show you, Metcalf. You too, Bradford. I'll show the whole lot of you if you... Yeah.
You're right. There's nothing you can do for that kind.
You see what I mean about this place?
Oh, well, after all, one man doesn't make a place.
I could show you plenty of men and women. The girl who acts as hostess here, for instance.
Where is she?
That sounds like her now, out there in the back room where the bar is. There's roulette out there, too. Will you have a look?
Why not?
I'd have to be just a little bit drunker than I am to sing that verse.
Well, then, why not get a little drunker?
Well, that's an idea. Hey, Tony, bring some champagne for the crowd and charge it to Lord Fulton here.
Oh, what not? Well, of all the things... Why, what's the matter, Carlotta?
What is this? What could be the trouble?
There's nothing there. Are you seeing things?
Well, I guess I have had a drink too many. I thought I saw a face. You know, the way some people see pink elephants and little brown men. Yeah, when I get that way, I always see that face. Hey, Tony, where's that wine?
Lotta,
Yeah?
come over here and bring me luck.
What's in it for me?
10% of my winnings.
Oh, that'll be funny. 50 or nothing, baby.
All right, then, 50%.
Okay, coming.
Red.
Well, I can't lose.
I don't know how you do it.
Thanks. Hey.
Carlotta, I want you to meet a friend of mine, Mr. Metcalf.
How do you do?
I'm sorry, Mr. Metcalf, but both my hands are full of the only two things in the world that matter. This and this.
I came in time to hear the end of your song. It was charming.
Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far-off things. One.
Why, what is it, senorita?
Steve's outside.
Yes, senorita. Why, there's nobody there, senorita.
Thank you, Mom. I've got the willies tonight. Say, you brought me bad luck.
No, I didn't.
Well, somebody did. I'm gonna get out of here.
Listen, I hocked my desk. My impressive legal desk to get this. Hey, come on, bring me luck.
Go out in the dance hall and get one of those local dames. They're more your type.
Hey, what are you trying to do, insult me?
I never attempt the impossible.
I'll show you, too. You'll be sorry you said that.
If I wanted to go in for being sorry, I've got plenty more important things than you to be sorry about.
You're not going home so early, Miss Carlotta.
Yeah. If Jose says anything, tell him I'm sick, will you, Juan?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you needn't be. Just sick in the head, that's all. Oh, I guess I'm drunk or crazy or bored or something. Anyway, I've got to go home.
Pleasant dreams, Miss Carlotta.
Huh, pleasant. Good night, Juan. Who is it?
Let me in. Let me in. Hello.
Won't you ever let me alone?
I've got to have some money.
That's what you always say. Oh, leave me alone.
A boat sails at midnight. I've got to make it. I'm in a jam.
I told you I'd never help you again. I mean it.
You'll help me. You always have. Don't start that stuff.
I can't. Even if I wanted to. I haven't got any money.
You're a liar. I saw that fella split with you, and I want part of it. Give it to me.
No. No. No, you can't have it. It's mine. Leave me alone. I've been saving and saving. I've got nearly enough to...
Where's the rest of it?
No. You can't. Leave my things alone. Leave them alone.
You're in for it this time, baby.
Senorita, why did you do it?
I didn't do it, Juan. I didn't do it.
Is this your gun?
We were struggling. The gun went off.
Is this your gun?
Mr. Bradford, can you come? They're taking Miss Carlotta to jail.
¿Qué pasa?
They say she killed him, but I don't believe it. She must have a lawyer at once, Mr. Bradford.
Killed whom? What are you talking about?
The police found a man dead in Miss Carlotta's room. They say she killed him, so they take her away. Come to the jail, Mr. Bradford. You can help her.
It wouldn't come under American jurisdiction.
Yes, her room's on the other side of the line, but it's nothing to be mixed up with.
But, Mr. Bradford, you can save a life.
I'm not a criminal lawyer, and besides,
Oh, please, Mr. Bradford.
a woman with a reputation like that.
No, no, no. She's a good girl, a nice girl. She'd help anybody.
Please don't annoy me any further.
Oh, Mr.
I'm not
Bradford.
down here to defend drunken entertainers.
I'll
know,
take
but-
the case.
What?
My clients won't object if I take her case because I haven't any time. I'm an ideal lawyer for her. I haven't a thing to lose. Furthermore, those are the facts that have been brought out in the testimony. I'm not going to try to kid you. I know I couldn't get away with it. I'm just going to try, if I can, to make you understand this girl. She's got a lot on her side.
That's a smart boy. He's talking to those men in their own language.
Yes, but he'd have to be more than smart to get her off.
It isn't the custom of American men to kick helpless women around the streets. I don't know what you boys will do collectively, but individually, I don't believe there's one of you that would see a woman treated as this woman was treated. She didn't kill that man, but I'm not so sure what one of us would have done if we'd had the chance. He was killed in a struggle for a pistol. And it wasn't the first struggle she'd had with him either. He was one of those nice fellows who knocks his wife down and then helps himself to the week's wages. She thought she was his wife. He told her she was. She'd had a good education, Tallulah had. She'd been to college, and they taught her a lot. But they didn't teach her how to deal with a skunk like this, who came to her town, pretended to marry her, and then drove her down and down and down to where she was when he came skulking around to rob her of the money she'd been saving. Saving to try to get back home to start over again.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you arrived upon a verdict?
We have, Your Honor. We find the defendant not guilty.
Order, we have a little order here.
Oh, I'm a good lawyer after all. Not guilty, didn't you hear?
Yes, I heard. Not guilty, you said.
Oh, well, that's no way to look at it. What do those people matter? Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, thanks for what you did for me.
Well, it was a lot of fun. Joke's on me. I didn't think we'd ever win.
Yes, you did. You knew all along. I could tell.
Well, if it hadn't been for my sour reputation, I'd have thought that I had a...
Grady. That was a swell job, Grady.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you talk darn well and you're sober, Dick.
Yeah, well, I was sober once before. The night I met you, only you don't remember that. You were too cockeyed.
How about a small snifter now?
No, thanks.
Another good man going wrong.
Yeah.
Grady, I'll only interrupt for a moment, boys. How would you like to come and see me in the morning?
What about?
I want to talk business to you.
Business?
Yes, I want to make you an offer.
Me?
I like the way you handled this affair. I liked it immensely. And if you care to be affiliated with our company, well, I'd like to talk with you.
All right.
Sure.
You are free, huh?
I guess so. They turned the body loose.
I don't understand.
It isn't important.
You come back to the nightclub, huh? Maybe tomorrow night?
No, I don't think so.
Sure. You can have a job. I fix it. The boss say everybody will be curious to see you now.
Yeah, I bet they will. Only I'll fool them. I won't be there.
What? Something's the matter?
Something up here, I guess. Thanks just the same, old boy. Who is it?
It's me.
Oh.
I hear you got off, and I'm real glad for you.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Jenkins. It's sweet of you to come and tell me.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't come just for that. You see, as far as I'm concerned, I'd let matters stay just as they are. But my husband said I'd have to tell you...
Yes, I understand. You want the room.
Yes. At least my husband...
Oh, that's all right. I'll get my things together at once.
I'm sorry to see you go myself. I always thought it was wonderful what you did to this room. No one else ever made it look so pretty.
You can have the curtains I put up and the other things if you like them.
But won't you need them yourself for the place you go to from here?
No, I hardly think I will.
Then thanks. I'm sorry. I hate to think of you so alone. Ain't you got some folks you can get in touch with?
Not anymore.
If there's anything I can do...
Yes, I've heard that before. No, nothing, thanks. So long.
Hey, what's the matter with you? You must be crazy.
Well,
I don't understand you at all.
why should you? I don't understand myself. But you can't stop me from doing that if I want to.
I'm not going to stop you. I came here to thank you, that's all.
Thank me.
Sure. I've had some pretty good luck through you. What do you think? The poor old drunk's been offered a job. Metcalf's been impressed. Isn't it a laugh? He wants me to learn the oil business and then travel for the company.
Oh, that's swell.
Isn't it?
Oh, no, really, that's wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, you know what I was a few weeks ago.
Yes, I know.
And I owe it to you. Oh, well, indirectly, maybe. But if it hadn't been for your case, it would...
An ill wind.
Yeah, but this ill wind is going to blow two people good.
I'm afraid it would take a cyclone to blow anything good in my direction. Do you think that was cowardly, what I was going to do?
No. I think it was right.
You do?
That girl, that Carlotta, has got to die. There's no chance for her.
No, there's no chance for her.
Kill that girl and leave her behind you. But you must go on. Go somewhere and start fresh.
Oh, what's the use?
Or go away. Somewhere where nobody knows you. New York, say. Yeah, New York is big and it's impersonal, full of opportunities.
What opportunities can there be anywhere for me?
Listen, you can make anything of yourself you want to. But you're young and you're attractive. You got courage. You've seen a lot of the tough side of life, but there's another side. Now go get it.
After what I've done.
Oh, well, I guess most of us have made plenty of mistakes. Old man perfecto speaking. No, but it makes me tired to hear anyone say that because a person has made one mistake, his whole life must be spent in atoning. Real people learn from their mistakes. Then they bury them and go ahead.
You really think I could leave all this? Could start again?
Think it. Hey, I know it. Of course you can.
When you say that, I almost believe you. Then when I stop to think, oh, no. It isn't possible.
It is possible. You know what you're going to do? You're going to pack your things and get out of here tonight.
But
I got $1,000 here that Metcalf gave me as an advance.
Oh.
I'll stake you.
Oh, no.
Don't be finicky. Come here. I only got it because of you, didn't I?
I'll pay it back.
I'll get on the boat now and book passage for you. Now, wait a minute. What name we gonna give this new girl?
Name?
Yeah.
This new girl. Oh, she's so important, this new girl.
Hey, I'll find a name for her. How about, Violet?
No.
Myrtle?
Huh? What have you got there? A seed catalog? I know. Anne. Oh, I've always wanted to be called Anne.
That's a good name. And what?
Anne what? Let's see. Anne...
Trevor. Anne Trevor.
All right. It's a flossy name, but I like it.
Yeah.
Anne. Oh. May I introduce myself, Mr. Grady? My name is Trevor. Anne Trevor.
Yeah? Glad to meet you, Miss Trevor.
I'm leaving Panama tonight for New York, Mr. Grady. But before I go, I want to congratulate you on your success. And to wish you for the future all the luck in the world.
Now, look, we're both starting again, eh? I got plenty to leave behind, too, you know. Let's promise each other we'll make good. Really good. Shall we?
Yes.
No matter how far apart we are, if we ever get discouraged or feel ourselves slipping, we'll think of the other.
All right. It still doesn't seem possible.
I tell you, it is possible.
I want to believe it is. I do really. And I'll try.
You'll try and you'll succeed. I'll go down now and get you a stateroom, and I'll come back.
I'll try. Oh, how I'll try.
Well, Dick, I've been over everything. You've done a first-class job, and I'm pleased.
Well, that's what I've been hoping for.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
I'll be back again within the year.
Fine.
Now, don't work too hard, will you? You ought to go out more. There are lots of attractive people in the American colony. Have some fun.
Oh, I'm all right.
Well, it doesn't seem natural. My goodness, you're not in love.
I know, I suppose I am. It's been dawning on me very slowly. I'm not used to it. It's kind of got me upside down.
Well, I won't ask you any questions.
You could arrange to have me ordered to New York sometime.
Would that help?
Well, it might.
I'll think about it. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Well, good morning.
Hello, Larry. Look, I changed the curtains over there. How do you like them?
Fine. On the level, I think you've done wonders with the room.
Yes, I know you do. And you're sorry now, aren't you, that you made such a fuss about the money I spent on it?
Miss Trevor, I think you're pretty hard-boiled about money yourself.
Well, an interior decorator's got to be hard-boiled about money.
I'll never forget how firm and businesslike you were that first day I came to the shop.
Doesn't that seem a long time ago?
Mm-hmm. I was annoyed, too, that I had to see a Miss Trevor instead of the boss. Didn't like the sound of Miss Trevor.
Didn't you really? What'd she sound like?
Oh, an arty female running to buck teeth and beads.
And what'd you find?
Sort of a nondescript percher with a big mouth and a funny nose.
Cad.
Oh, wait now. Sit down again and I'll tell you what I really saw.
Oh, not much. You let that opportunity slide. I'm certainly not going to give you another. Besides, I've got work to do.
You don't know how I love to see you doing that. You know, standing there in front of the mirror.
Peering in at my big mouth and my funny nose.
Almost as though it were your room. Oh, and I wish it were your room.
Well, it's not my love. It's your mother's room. As a matter of fact, it's sort of indecent my being here at all this hour of the morning. But I was determined to get the job finished before she got back. And, Larry, I have the key to your apartment, which I hereby return.
How'd you like to take a half interest in that key for life?
The job's over now.
We're always talking about jobs.
Well, I'm always thinking about jobs. They're important.
I'll give you a job.
More apartments to decorate?
Nope. Different kind of a job.
Interesting.
I think it would be fascinating.
What hours?
Longish.
Well, I don't mind long hours, so long as I have my evenings free. You see, in this job, I can go out every night in the week if I want to.
You couldn't do that on my job. But then you wouldn't want to.
Wouldn't I?
No, Anne, you wouldn't want to. Would you?
Larry, you've got a train to meet. You don't want your poor mother waiting at the station with no handsome son to greet her, do you?
There's lots of time. Oh, Anne, please. Anne, why do you
Larry,
always
please,
stop?
I
Why
must
don't you let
go.
me tell? Well, wait a minute. Oh, come on now. I've got to go to the station to meet Mother anyway. I'll drop you off. Saki, I wish you'd wait and have breakfast with Mother and me. I wanted to meet you.
I want to, Larry, but really I can't. I don't keep millionaire brokers' hours, you know. I'm a working girl.
All right.
Thanks, Larry. And don't go away thinking that I'm angry or anything like that, now, will you?
No, I won't think anything you don't want me to think, ever. Besides,
Besides what?
so long.
Hello, Roy. Has Miss Grace come in yet?
Well, she's in her office, Miss
Ah.
Trevor.
Hello.
Well, Charles,
I've just come from the Gordon telling. Larry Gordon's crazy about the job.
that's good.
No, really, he's simply raved.
I have an idea he's crazy about something besides the job. What about you, Anne? Larry Gordon's a real catch. Lots of charm and lots of money. His family's a fine one. Anne, I believe you're in love with him.
No, I mustn't be. That's all right, Terry.
Miss Trevor,
Yes?
Mrs. Wilson is in the shop, asking for you.
Oh, all right, Roy, I'll be out.
I'm going to have to raise your salary, Anne, the way people are demanding you.
You know I'd work here for nothing, Helen. You've been so wonderful to me.
Oh. Oh, here she is now.
Good morning, Miss Wilson.
Miss Trevor, I've changed my mind about my boudoir. I want blue after all.
Oh, very well, Miss Wilson. Roy, phone over to the upholsterers and tell them to change Miss Wilson's order back to the blue.
Yes, indeed.
Anne?
Oh, excuse me.
Certainly.
She's changed her mind again. She wants the blue.
Cheer up, I've more bad news for you.
Oh?
You'll have to work tomorrow.
Oh, that's all right.
Some man just phoned in. He's bought an old farmhouse up in Connecticut and wants us to do it for him.
Mhm.
Asked if I'd send someone up there tomorrow to look at it with him. Will you go?
Yeah, of course I'll go.
He'll meet you up there at 11. You go to New Canaan and take a taxi from the station. Here's the address.
Right.
Oh, Miss Trevor, I've been thinking it over. I believe after all I'll have pink.
Yes, certainly, Mrs. Wilson.
office furniture. Colored tissue paper is effective, durable, wears and washes well, and the children can't tear it.
Oh, you idiot. What on earth are you doing up here?
My aunt's house is just along the road. What are you doing here yourself?
I'm working. I'm expecting the owner at any moment. You better run along.
I'll do nothing of the kind. I happen to know the owner intimately.
Oh, do, Larry. What's he like?
He's charming.
Yes, I thought he must be. Only a nice person could buy this house.
Funny little dump, isn't it?
Dump. I wish it were mine.
You do? Well, how do you like those apples? Oh, now, don't go reproachful on me. I asked Miss Grace not to tell you because you acted so funny yesterday. I thought maybe if you knew, you wouldn't come.
Well, here I am.
And you do like the place.
I do like the place.
It's awfully countrified and quiet.
Oh, Larry, if you knew how I love just that feeling about it.
Oh, darling. You must know how much I love you, don't you? And you do love me, don't you? Well, it's Paula Osgood.
Well, darling, go and speak to her.
Hi, Paula.
And I saw your car. You haven't forgotten you're coming over to my house for lunch, have you?
Well, I have Ann Trevor with me.
Oh, well, bring her along, too.
Oh, Ann!
You know, we can all go over in my car, and I'll send the chauffeur over after yours.
Oh, I don't believe you two know each other. Miss Trevor, Miss Osgood.
How do you do?
How do you do? I'm taking you and Larry over to my house for luncheon. I hope you don't mind.
Well,
We've quite an amusing crowd out this weekend, and suppose we have a swim before lunch. Well, of course, I don't want to knock you down and drag you off.
Oh, don't be silly. We'd love to come.
Well, come on, get in. You want to slip through?
Yes, I can get through all right.
Here, come on.
I'm not making you this offer behind Metcalf's back, of course. He and I are old friends.
Well, I understand that, Mr. Osgood. In fact, it was Mr. Metcalf who told me that you might send for me while I was in New York. To tell the truth, I got someone I want to look up on Monday. I'd rather not make any appointment.
Then, of course, after the airplane shouldn't bring us back.
Oh, you!
Hi, Paula.
Hello, Jerry.
Oh, Larry, hello.
Jerry, I want to meet Mr. Trevor. You're going to visit the swim.
Good.
See you later. Look, you. We go in here. And you know where you go at. Well, there's some suits. Take any one you like.
Well, it's going to be awfully difficult to choose.
Well, that black one's all right if you don't mind a low back.
Well, I think I'll take a chance.
Here's a towel for you.
Oh, thank you.
Everything's all right in there. I'm so glad you came. Been dying to meet you.
Oh, really? Well, that's awfully sweet of you.
You know, Larry's a grand press agent for you. Ever since you started doing that apartment for him, he's been able to talk of nothing else.
Meaning me or the apartment?
Meaning you.
Well, we've had lots of fun.
Yes, Larry's swell. We used to tear around quite a bit together.
Yes, I know. He's often told me about you, and always the nicest things. All right, I'm ready.
Coming.
Shall we go? Yes, all right.
Here we are.
Why, that's a most effective suit, Miss Trevor.
Yes, I like it.
You ready to christen it?
Well, is it very cold?
Not too cold.
Well, come on, let's see.
Oh, it's
Are we
nice.
going here?
Oh. Well, Larry, where have you been keeping yourself?
Oh, say, Paul, I've been working like a dog.
I looked for you at the Ardsley's the other night.
Oh, I hardly go out at all anymore.
Larry, will you tell me something?
Well, surely.
You're in love with Aunt Trevor, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Terribly.
I hope you don't mind my asking.
Of course not. Not a bit. I'd have told you first of all anyway. You're my best friend, aren't you?
Well, that's something. Oh, hello, Father.
Hello, dear. How are you, Larry? This is my daughter, Paul.
How do you
Grady?
do, Miss Dodger?
How do you do?
Grady, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Grady. How do you do, Mr. Grady?
Well, that water looks nice.
Well, why not get on a suit and come in?
Well, I'd like to very much, but I've got to get back to the city.
Well, the next time you must plan your business to... Oh, all right, Thomas. Now, if you must make that train...
Yes, I've got to hurry along. Nice to have seen you.
Well, I hope to see you again.
Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm very impressed at your being an interior decorator. Must take all kinds of brains.
Well, it takes all kinds of nerve. Stalking into people's houses and telling them the sort of things they ought to like. And...
What is it?
Why... Dick! Dick Grady! Well, what's the matter? Don't you know me?
Carlotta.
Yes, Ann Trevor.
Yeah, Ann.
Oh, I've got a sort of funny feeling it can't be real. Haven't you?
Have I? What? It isn't real. Oh, by George.
Oh, Dick, when did you get to New York? Why didn't you let me know?
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did. I just got in this morning. I telephoned that shop place, but of course no one answered. It was Sunday.
Oh, isn't it? Come on, let's go find a quiet place where we can talk.
Say, I'd like to, but confound it, I've got to catch this next train back to New York.
Oh.
When can I see you?
Well, I'll be back at the apartment this evening. Could you come along?
Got your own apartment and everything, yeah?
Well, I have a share in one. I live with the woman I work for, but she'll be in the country this weekend. We can have the place all to ourselves. We can talk and talk.
Well, I could be there by about 9.
That'll be perfect.
Fine. What's the address?
430 East 57th Street.
430 East 57. Right.
Oh, I wish you didn't have to go. There's so much I want to ask you.
Yeah, well, I got a few things to ask you, too.
But how did you happen to be up here?
Well, I came up to New York for the company, and then Osgood sent for me. He wanted to make me an offer. What do you think of that? Huh?
Well, I think it's marvelous.
And I'm turning it down. What do you think of that?
Oh, of course, I've never been so impressed.
Oh, Mr. Grady. All right. Well, I'll see you at 9, then.
All right, Dick.
Goodbye.
I'm so glad you're back.
Well, Rose, I'm back.
Yes, ma'am. Stella?
Hello.
Well, I didn't expect you back so early.
I came home to get a good night's sleep. If there's anything more exhausting than a quiet country weekend. Well, how was your day?
Oh, divine.
Tell me, Anne, were you furious with me about Larry in the house?
Raging.
Well, is it cute?
Sort of cute.
Are you, going to decorate the house?
Yes, I think I will. You see, Larry's going to get married, and, well, I think you ought to have an attractive place, don't you?
And you're a fiend.
Oh, Helen, isn't it the most divine thing that's ever happened to anybody in the world?
Isn't what?
Ah, we're going to be married.
Well, I can't say that I could truthfully describe marriage as divine, but it's probably a good idea to try it at least once. Of course, it's wonderful for you, dear. I'm so glad. When is it going to happen?
Next week, if we can wait that long.
Good heavens, is it as bad as that?
No, it's unbelievable. Anyway, I'm dining at Larry's apartment tomorrow night to meet his mother.
That'll be fun.
Oh, you don't even know Mrs. Gordon.
No, but I've had a pretty wide acquaintance with mothers-in-law. 3 of them.
Oh.
Is that the bridegroom?
Oh, no, it's an old friend of mine, Helen. I'm longing for you to meet him.
Is Miss Trevor in?
Yes, sir. She's expecting you.
Hello.
I'm early.
I thought you were hours late. Come along, Dick. I want you to meet Helen. This is Dick Grady.
How do you do?
Not so well, if you're really interested.
Helen's been to the country.
For a rest. And my hostess is one of those indomitable women that force you onto horses.
Oh, a hot bath will help that.
I think it's beyond help, but I'm going to try the bath.
I can't get over you.
I know. Oh, Dick. Do you know how grateful I am to you for all that you did for me?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Ann.
all right. Come along. Let's talk about something else. Tell me about yourself. Everything. Of course, I know that you've gone from success to success.
Sure. I don't see how the Metcalf Oil Company ever struggled along without me.
Well, you needn't be funny about it because it's perfectly true. Oh, Dick, I'm so proud of you.
Well, if there's anything to be proud of, you're the one. I don't suppose you know how I look forward to receiving those letters of yours.
With check and clothes. Oh, which reminds me. The last payment, Mr. Grady. I wondered why you didn't cash them. Then I realized it's because you thought it would be hard for me to spare the money. Well, it was at first.
I'll bet it was.
But Helen was wonderful.
You didn't tell her.
Oh, no. No, but she could see that I'd been through a difficult time. She was grand, Dick. Patient and encouraging. But you'll cash them now, won't you?
No.
No, but that's not fair.
I don't want to part with these little pieces of paper, Ann. They've meant too darn much to me.
Oh.
I thought all along you knew.
I didn't. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Why, is there some other guy?
Yes. That's one of the reasons I was so anxious to see you this evening. I wanted to tell you. I wanted you to be happy for me because... Oh, I'm so happy myself.
That's as it should be.
He's a man I met through my work, Dick.
Is he going to marry him?
He's bought a little house in the country. It's the kind of place... Well, you know how a young girl dreams about getting married and having a house with chintz-covered davenports and ruffled curtains and lilacs in the garden. Well, it's that kind of a house.
Well, I suppose I'm glad for you to be happy. Try to be, anyway. Are you sure, Ann?
Positive. Oh, you'll like him, Dick. He's a darling.
I hope he is. I guess at that he'd have to be. Take a pretty fine man to realize that, in spite of everything that you've been through, you're still the finest there is yourself. He does know all about you, doesn't he?
No.
You can't marry him without telling him, Ann.
Why can't I?
Oh, you know why as well as I do.
I haven't told him anything. I haven't had to.
Every moment of your life together, you...
But I love him enough to...
Not enough to tell him the truth, eh?
He loves me as I am now. He doesn't know anything about that other girl. Why should he? She's dead. I killed her. We killed her.
Yeah. Yeah, we killed her.
You told me that I could leave her there behind me in Panama.
Yes, I did.
You said that I could make anything of myself, that I had a right to anything that life could offer me.
And I did, but I didn't realize then that anything quite like this would happen.
Well, it has happened.
Suppose you found out.
But I won't be. Why, even if I did run into someone who knew me down there, they wouldn't remember me. Why, Dick, you hardly recognize me yourself. Oh, I've gone over and over it. I've made up my mind. I know I'm right.
Well, I hope you are.
Oh, please don't say it that way. Dick, say that you see my side of it. Say that you think I'm right.
I can't say that, Anne. I think you're dead wrong.
Well, right or wrong, I'm going to marry him, and I'm never going to tell him.
I'll be getting along.
Dick! You'll come again.
Sure, sure. I'll be seeing you. Good luck.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you.
My dear Countess, it is the Countess of Upper, Lower, and Middle Tooting, isn't it?
It is, but I have no recollection of having met you.
Perhaps this will refresh your memory.
Larry.
Oh.
Oh. So this is Anne.
Mother knows all.
I hope you don't mind too terribly, Mrs. Gordon.
I'm beginning to think I may not mind a bit.
Really, Mother, don't you think something a little more flowery?
No, I love that. It was sincere, wasn't it?
Of course it was. But whether I like you or not isn't a bit important, Anne, dear, so long as Larry does. But I'm afraid I shall like you, because you have such good taste. When Larry told me the exciting news of you two, I said that...
I'm going to tell her what you really said.
Oh, now, Larry.
Mother said, well, if you're determined to make a grandmother of me...
Now, don't believe him, Anne.
How are you, Saki?
Oh, there's Roger. Excuse me, Anne, dear, will you?
Yes, certainly, Miss Gordon.
My uncle just got in town, so we had to invite him. Hope you don't mind.
Of course not.
Well, Roger, it is nice to see you.
Well, it's nice to be here. It's been a long time. Oh, I thought you said just a family.
Well, it is. At least, Roger, I've got a surprise for you. Something that's still a good deal of a surprise to me.
Oh, is Larry married?
No, but he's going to be. This is the girl.
Well.
Glad to see you, sir.
How are you, Larry?
Uncle Roger, this is Anne Trevor.
Well, Miss Trevor,
I guess Mother told you.
She did indeed. And I want to congratulate you both.
Thank you.
Well, Roger, what's the matter?
Why, haven't we met before?
Well, I must confess I don't remember it.
Well, just for a moment, I had a flash. I'm sorry.
Well, at all events, you'll be meeting often again.
Well, I certainly hope so, Miss Trevor.
Oh, come on, Uncle Roger. Call her Anne.
I'd like to. I always like to call a pretty girl by her first name.
These days, everyone does. First names after you've been acquainted, say about 2 minutes.
And how long after that do they become engaged to be married?
Depends on the girl.
And you two, how long have you known each other?
Oh, ages and ages.
As a matter of fact, how long has it been?
Well, really, Larry, I don't know.
I do. It's 3 months and 3 days.
I believe Larry's a real old-fashioned lover.
You don't know the half of it, sir.
Now, Roger, dear, I know you're dying to talk about yourself. Where did you come from last time? Panama?
Panama? No, not this time, my dear. This time it was Russia.
Oh.
And of the two, I must say I prefer Panama. Have you ever been in Panama, Miss Trevor?
No, I never have. But I should like to go there sometime.
Been no least, sir.
We'll go together, darling.
Oh, very well, Socket. Come along, everybody. Goodness, sir. Come with me, dear.
What? Panama?
Sit there, Anne.
Yes. You must get Larry to take you down there sometime. You'll like it. That reminds me. I have to see a business associate. If you don't mind, I'd like to phone him and ask him to stop here for a moment.
Of course. Ask him. There's a phone in the hall.
Thank you. Now sit down, please. I'll be right back.
Tell me, Anne, dear, did you like the house?
The house?
Well, darling, did our future home really make so little impression?
Oh, Larry, you know that's not true, now don't you?
I'm sorry to trouble you, Dick, but it really is important. I won't keep you long. Yes. Yes, that's the address. Thanks. Goodbye.
Anne adored it, Mother.
What did Miss Trevor adore?
Our house. A little cottage nestled in among the hills. Only I mean it.
Are you fond of the country, Miss Trevor?
Yes, I love it.
Anne and I like all the same things. Only one thing I regret. I wish we'd known each other from the beginning.
Oh, I should think it would be more exciting this way. You'll have so many things to find out about each other. Dark secrets, you know.
There are no dark secrets between us, are there, darling?
None.
Oh, by the way, I reached the man I wanted to see. He's going to the theater, but he'll stop here on his way.
Who's this, Uncle Roger?
He's a lawyer. Very smart fellow. I met him under rather interesting circumstances in Panama.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no harm done.
Oh, not a bit, my dear.
I was going to tell you about this chap. I was down in Panama a couple of years ago during a sensational trial. A woman who worked in a dance hall down there was accused of murder. It seems that the police had found a man's body in her room.
Nice people.
This man had rather gone to pot down there, and when no other reputable lawyer would defend the girl...
Why? Was she such a terrible person?
Well, she was pretty notorious. This lawyer took the case, pulled himself together, and got an acquittal.
Usually public opinion is so strong against that sort of woman.
I don't agree with you, Larry. I don't think public opinion is strong enough against women like that. It's all very well to be generous, but see what's happened. She's probably set free to go out and do a great deal of harm in the world.
Of course, the defense claimed that she didn't murder the man, that it was an accident.
And did she get off on that?
Oh, no. My friend got her off with a very interesting defense. He had every one of those jurors thinking that any decent American would have laid down his life to protect that girl.
That kind of sentimentality in murder trials always revolts me.
And to think the juries fall for it.
Have you never thought that perhaps it might be true?
What?
Maybe the girl was innocent.
Oh, Anne, you're a sentimentalist yourself.
My dear Anne, women are either good or bad. I suppose that in the case of some poor creature, such as the one we've been talking about, there may have been extenuating circumstances.
Oh, rats. Nothing could ever convince me that a really nice girl could be forced into a life she didn't choose herself. There must have been a rotten streak in her somewhere.
I've often wondered what became of that girl. Of course, I don't care to interfere in other people's business, but perhaps it's my duty to do so.
Is Mr. Metcalf here?
Yes, sir.
I'm expected.
And this way.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, Dick.
Metcalf?
My nephew, Larry Gordon. Richard Grady.
We met for a moment at the Osgood yesterday.
Yes, indeed. Glad to see you.
Mr. Grady, my mother.
Mrs. Gordon.
And Miss Trevor, I think you met yesterday.
Yes, how are you, Miss Grady?
Miss Trevor?
Won't you have something, Mr. Grady?
No, thank you, Mrs. Gordon.
Some coffee.
Not a thing, thank you.
You come just in time to settle a question we were discussing.
I'm a great little settler.
Oh, we've been having the most depressing conversation, Mr. Grady, especially for a celebration dinner.
Celebration?
Oh, dear. Well, I am, as usual, giving away secrets.
It doesn't need to be a secret. Miss Trevor and I are going to be married.
Oh. Congratulations.
Now, to get back to our discussion.
Oh, Roger, you are so morbid. I think you'd better stay away from Panama.
Panama? Oh, Uncle Roger's been telling us about the sensational case you won down there.
Oh. Yes, you remember, Dick, that murder trial. And we were wondering what became of the girl you defended.
You mean you were wondering? My son and I both agree we know what became of her.
You do? Well, we'd be willing to bet that she's flourishing now in some other dive. Or perhaps hoodwinking another jury. Well, you'd lose that bet.
Oh, then you know what became of her?
Yes, I do. She's dead.
Dick, are you sure of that?
I'm positive. She killed herself. I was still in Panama at the time.
Oh, well, I suppose it's probably just as well.
Anne, what's the matter?
I don't know, Larry. It suddenly seems so close in there.
Well, can I get you something?
No, I'm all right, dear, really. I just want some air. I'd like to be left alone for a few minutes. I'm perfectly all right.
But, darling, I
if you don't mind.
Well, call if you want anything.
Yes, I will.
Dick, I think I know now who it is you're in love with.
Well, if you do,
You can trust me.
Well, I'd rather not talk about it now, if you don't mind. I'll see you in the morning.
My dear, I haven't acted very nicely. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me?
Yes, I forgive you. You were right.
I was right.
I am that woman.
I know you are. But if as fine a man as Dick Grady believes that you have successfully killed her and that you're a different woman now, then I believe it too. And no one else need ever know.
Thank you. But it won't work.
But, my dear...
I know now that it never would have worked. You know it, too. Larry.
Oh, Anne, what's happened?
There's something I must tell you. Both of you. That woman of whom Mr. Metcalf told you, I'm that woman.
Anne, what are you saying?
I'm the woman who was tried for murder in Panama.
I don't believe it.
Oh, you must believe it. He'll tell you. Tell them it's true.
Yes, it's true.
Anne, Grady said she was dead.
Yes, I know. He lied to help me. You see, down there in Panama, we thought that by saying that she was dead, we could make her dead. That I could take a new name and go on to a new life. But it wasn't true. Oh, I see it so plainly now. It never could be true.
Oh, why couldn't it, Anne? It is true.
No.
You did kill that woman. You're a new person. The girl I love. Oh, Anne, why did you have to tell me?
Because when you were talking at dinner, I understood in your heart how you'd feel about me if you knew. I realized you were bound to know. Oh, yes, I had to tell you. I hope one day you'll forgive me for not telling you sooner.
Yes, I think I can have her there at 11. Not at all. Goodbye. Is Miss Trevor in yet, Roy?
Yes, Miss Grace. She just came in. She's still in the showroom.
Ask her to come here, please.
Yes, Miss Grace.
You want to see me, Helen?
Yes. And you've got to get that boy out of your head.
Oh, what on earth are you talking about?
I'm talking about Larry. I've known for a long time that you've been going through some sort of emotional strain. And I've tried not to pry into your affairs, either here or at home.
Listen, Helen. I'm not in love with him any longer. Really, I'm not.
That's all right to say.
It's just that I'm frightfully upset by the whole mess. The way I've succeeded in doing all the wrong things about the whole business. I'm all right now.
Then I want you to prove it. Your work's been suffering, dear. I've had a lot of complaints.
Yes, I know. Well, it won't suffer anymore. Just give me a good, stiff job to do. I'll show you.
That's why I sent for you. I've got that good, stiff job.
Oh, fine. Starting when?
Right now.
What is it, Helen?
Is to go up this morning to New Canaan and start again on that little house you looked at once before.
Not Larry's house.
Yes, Larry's house.
But I don't understand.
Perhaps this will clear it up.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. So he's going ahead with the little house.
I promised to have someone up there today at 11. Will you go?
You think...
Don't you see that this is your big chance? If you have the courage to take this hurdle, nothing in the world can ever down you again.
All right. I'll go.
Good girl. You've just time to make the $9.50. Got money?
Yes, I'm all right.
My blessings go with you, child.
I'll need them.
I thought I heard you.
Dave!
I was out back.
Oh! Oh, Dave! What are you doing here?
I just dropped around to see you.
I thought you were on the other side of the water. How long have you been back?
Oh, about 2 weeks.
Oh. And you never even let me know. I'm awfully hurt, really I am.
That doesn't prevent us talking business, does it?
What do you mean?
I bought this house.
You bought this house? What for?
To live in. I'm going to be located in New York for a while. Seems like a kind of a wild idea, I suppose, but I thought I'd commute. I remembered what you once said about how nice the place would look with ruffled Davenports or whatever it was, and I haven't got any taste, so I I want you to pick out the stuff for me while I sort of hang around and criticize.
You're just trying to make another job for me, isn't that it, Dick? Just one more nice thing you're going to do.
No, no, lady. I'm all done being nice to you. From now on, I'm going to be as mean as sin.
Oh, please don't be. I couldn't bear it. You seem to be the only person in the world who can keep me from doing the wrong things. Oh, Dick, don't desert me now. Please don't.
You seem to have gotten along pretty well without me the last year.
No, I haven't. I've needed you so much. I've been so unhappy knowing you disapproved of me.
I haven't disapproved of you, Anne.
And why'd you go away like that without a word?
Because I was in love with you, and I couldn't stand it.
Then why did you come back?
Oh, I didn't tell you about that, did I? We're going to be married.
What?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. See, the house is yours, but I go with it. At least I'd like to give you a sales talk along those lines. I've been thinking it all out, Anne. We belong to each other. Two people who know what it's all about. And neither of us perfect, but we're better off together than we are apart. We need each other. There's only one thing that'll keep me from taking you, and that's another man. I'm kind of a proud sort of person. It isn't easy for me to try to persuade you to marry me.
Well, why not? I like the house.
You aren't kidding me by any chance, are you? Are you still in love with Larry?
No. I'm in love with someone else.
Oh.
I only just begun to realize it a few months ago. But I know it now.
Gee, why didn't you say so instead of letting me talk all this nonsense?
It wasn't such nonsense.
What?
Come on, let's go inside and look at our new house.
What's that? What'd you say?
You're the man.
Come here, wait a minute.